Smashing. Come on, stay up there, bonds. Did you guys short dollar yen? I'm messing with this screen. That's good for now. I don't know if that's working. All right, you can cover some dollar yen for sure. You put $150 on that. That was a good call, huh? Right at pi on the 30-minute. What was the number? I didn't even see. 75,000. Ooh, man, ADP had that right. The bond market had it right. Oh, one of those bonds just keep going. Wow. I'm up $3,000 just on S&Ps. And just a little bit of a wiggle. Come on, keep going. I had a bad print there for a second. Let's see if this gets some follow through. Let's see what the VIX did on that. It's not good for Friday after we've already had this big of a move. A lot of risk to the downside. I think the big number on the VIX that the machines care about is 15, so we're still well above that. It just means they're not going to be as aggressive on buying the dip. Come on, Russell. Dollar yen move was nice. Euro up. Euro up. Did you guys make some money on dollar yen? Let's get some follow through. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is book tens, a little bit of tens here, and then leave my still going to stay core long tens, but since we bought those calls on the 30s that are expired today, we've got pretty good exposure on the long side. Now the Russell's getting hit. Still got a lot of downside relative to yesterday's lows. So much for buying the VIX. Should have bought futures, huh? All right, can't complain too much though. See if we break the bands on the VIX futures. I'll cover some of this Russell on the next push towards 1500, maybe even 1502 even. So I got S&P short on. Come on, baby. I don't know what to take profit on. Oh my goodness, look at this bond market. Looks like it's absolutely going to explode. New high 10s. 5s are on the high. Not a bad spot if you guys wanted to sell a 5-year or two. The long end looks so good that, well, bonds aren't through yet. I'm going to sell one of these 30-year calls. Get lifted here. All right, I'm gonna book. I'm all right if S&Ps keep going down. I just want to book some of this stuff here. I'm already up a couple grand. One more push. Tens look the best at new highs. All right, I got lifted out of a third of my options on long bonds. Russell broke the bands. I'm up four grand now. Pretty good. No one is even in the office yet. So book your tens. Bought the yen this morning. That's exploding. Taking half of that off my yen futures. Guys, talk to me. Are you involved? What are we doing? Hopefully you guys are making money. People aren't just sitting on the sidelines. Could have bought all you wanted in the end there. Pie. Both dollar yen and yen futures. Whew. Booking more dollar yen. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna leave the euro alone. Let's look at that next. Euro yen. Yeah, there's a lot of downside to me. Looks like in equities. We didn't have much of a pullback since Wednesday. Euro's back here at 13.20. I'll sell some euro versus the dollar just because we booked pretty good gains on the short side of dollar yen, and then euro. They're going to try to push these highs though. Euro yen. Actually, I don't know. The yen's so strong that we're long euro yen. It's one of my bigger positions. I thought that would be up a little bit more with this euro. I'll sell a little bit of euro here. A little bit of euro versus the dollar. Covered pretty well yesterday. We're still in no man's land though, guys, on this euro. I know that there's resistance here. Probably going to push the 200. Probably going to push 114. The 200, 114, 114 and a half, this whole zone. Pi is going to be coming down into 114 and a half also in the next week or two. So we can just kind of let that come to us. This was a crowded short, and we were oversold at 111. We had good covers in front of that, and been pretty patient on this daily cycle. So I think you want to stay patient there. Laurel, you're long bonds with me? That's good. Back on the highs. It's been a great bull market for treasuries. Okay, still long tens. And two. Whew. Gunlock. Is Gunlock going to double down on his short here? Frickin' guy's been more wrong in the last 18 months. So which way are you? Yeah, oil. I don't even think oil knew we had jobs numbers there. Wow, gold likes it. That's the only one we've missed. I didn't have any of that on for that move. But there's a lot of people that wanted to be short down here, thinking we were going to like 12. We did a pretty good job saying the bears needed to relax unless we got through 1260. Sure enough. There's too much growth slowing to be all bared up on gold. Especially when oil starts to break down and your inflation goes out the window. And real yields come down. Why are S&Ps hanging in so low? Yeah, he was on the bond call with us. And then what did he say lately? You're going to go to zero on the tens? That's a little much. That's a little much for now. Especially when you have GDP still not even officially in a one handle. I'm selling some more 30s. Book some more gains in 30s. Green. Get green for all the money we make. Did you guys get the apps? Does everybody have the apps on their phones, or so you're getting the push alerts? There's only a handful of people paying for the alerts, so I'm not going to do it in two places. All right, Laura. There's a video I need to track down for you to help you with that. Once this market kind of calms down. I was thinking about that though. Oh, I'm the worst with freaking passwords. Nice day in bonds. Morning.
How are you?
Good man, you?
Yeah, okay. Crazy day yesterday.
Work stuff?
Yeah. My boss got canned and now I'm full time.
expecting that, huh?
I was not expecting that.
Alan, it's called a Pro Trading Room. If you search on the App Store, yeah, you're welcome. I don't know. Should we book the rest of these calls? I think I'm going to just because they expire today. Pretty juicy right now. See if they get lifted. You know. All right. So if we keep going up, I still have some tens on. Still open to buying the VIX on the open. I don't think it hasn't spiked as much as like the bond market. The bond market's pretty excited about this number. I guess equities don't mind it either. It's just more dovish Fed, so what the hell, huh? That's why I keep saying being long treasuries is so key. If you people that have the view that the economy is slowing, but they forget that that means a more dovish Fed, and the market can like that. So if you're just shorting stocks based on your cycle and your economic cycle view, which could be right, you could still be wrong because the market just loves the Fed so much. So buying treasuries at least gets you paid, and or being short dollars, right? Whew, that was a good move today. I like it. I like it. Aussie yen isn't moving. Dollar Swissie's getting smoked. Hey, did some of you guys make some money on Euro Pound yesterday? We talked about selling up here towards 88.90, and then you had a nice pullback to um, later in the day into London. Cable looks pretty good. Dollars market definitely is priced in an easier Fed. Not much of a bounce in Dragon because of the yen strength. Dollar Swissy. Look out. So bad at YouTube. I didn't even change the title of my live stream. So bad at YouTube. You guys, anybody that pops on in YouTube land, you guys can let me know if you want to join the trading chat, the official room that I'm streaming the screen at least. All right, on this I'm not playing dollar Swissy, but it's the same thing. As you bounce back up this wall, my traders know as we come back up this wall on dollar yen, you can fade that. I can't really play euro dollar on the long side because I'm already core short, but day trade would be the same idea. As you pull back down this wall, there's an opportunity for some longs. Day trade. 15-minute cycle is pretty low. I need a bigger bounce, but that's kind of my thinking right now. Probably good covers on the Russell. That's what I was kind of worried about. Stocks would just bid it right back up. Good covers down at 3-4. I guess we could reshort. I'll wait for if we have some stupid outside move back to new highs, then I'll reshort the Russell on the next push. I'm a little bit skeptical that this rally is going to hold. I think you need more of a commitment from the Fed before it's going to keep gravity from taking over. My screen go. Is that the headline, Laurel? There's a lot of risk on the downside here in equities. Still got 30 minutes before the open. I mean, we bought some VIX calls yesterday. I think I'm going to buy some more 16 strikes this morning. UVXY is a 35 handle now. Nice. I guess it was 34, 90 something earlier. Stocks make a new low. Bonds are going to be at new highs on the day. Well, it was an exciting 20 minutes. I want to keep it going. I'd rather see more carnage. It'll be more energy. Multiple trades over time. That's good, man. I haven't really done a crypto update. It's just kind of been an off week for me. We did buy BTC on Tuesday when you were down like 11% or something like that. So I know we were peaking above 8,000 this morning. I want to take profits on the next push, closer to like 8,400, 8,600. Stay core long though. Stay core long for sure. Let me know if you guys want to look at anything. Might have to see, let this settle in until the stock open. Yeah. Stock jockeys are going to be a little bit confused here, whether or not this is bullish for them or back in this bizarro world of bad data is good. Okay, okay. Save and exit. Save and exit. It's so slow to get an email out. Stocks are right back up. I don't even think Bitcoin knows what payrolls is, what NFP is. What do you guys think? Don't think that community pays attention. Pretty good real money candle. I don't see why this dollar yen can't follow through. Shouldn't follow through. It should be the same trade for bonds. You did? All right, Alexander. I like that. I like that. I was gonna maybe say the same thing. This initial reaction up here is eh. The resistance is from here, and then boom, we both time you got 28.56. They sold them, so I like that. Dollar yen's heavy. Gold can maybe make a new high too. I mean, you got bonds ripping, yen ripping, gold ripping, and stocks are green. It's just goofy. Alexander, did you wish you were long treasuries? Alright, I guess we're just waiting on the open. I might step off for a few guys. I'm gonna come right back. Send this out. And they're like zero bounce in dollar yen to short more. It doesn't look like euro dollar is going to back off either. Probably going to go right after 114. I don't know if we'll get there today. 113 and a half. Yeah, Ellen, you're long. I know. Especially when we see such nice yen move, nice treasury move. And I mean, if you're long some futures from this morning, you're making a little bit. It's still early. I mean, you might see the selling start once the market's open. So you still got. I think it's actually an opportunity to buy the calls and the VIX. Just ties up less buying power being long the futures. Nice, Alan. So you're having a good morning, right? I mean, we haven't got any love on the S&P short, but good job being long tens. You booked some profit up here, right? Sold 12s. I guess we could have sold higher even. Left another 7 ticks on the table. I'm going to step off for a second, though, guys. I'll be right back.
I don't know if it was just me. I don't know if it was American. But I don't know if you caught this, or maybe it's just me. But it was towards the end of the call, and he made a comment and slightly like caught himself and reset his sentence. I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like he was like. Or H and said how things are going, and he like kind of stumbled and like rephrased himself, and I wish I could remember the sentence, but it was just like, why did you have to rephrase yourself? As if I don't know if this is like temporary or what. Call between him. They know we need more customer service. I don't know if we need more reps or what.
You don't need more reps.
Definitely not, especially with
No,
Phyllis called. I think I'm working it out.
did you call that other Regis?
Well, is it a Regis?
I don't know what it is. I think it is. I think they're in Regis. Up in Toronto.
The Jeffrey's in one. I called Phyllis and I told her I had good news and I have some mutual news that's not bad news. So we can either get the package and just direct it to return.
This is that she like name dropped me, and I told her to send it just where to go.
You said
what
RN.
to do. I told her to write RN box, all that shit. Like I told her what to do.
No, she knew she was SOL.
And then she like
fucking did whatever she wanted.
what were you thinking?
No idea. She sounds like I hate to say it, she's a very nice lady. She sounds like dipshit.
Yeah.
Um,
Her name's Phyllis.
she's very old.
Her name's Phyllis.
You spoken to her before?
No, but
Very old. And she's like kind of the way she was like pronouncing things. Yeah. She's like, I sent it back to the site and I couldn't find the contact us page on the site. So what I did was I went on Google and then I found
yeah, you have to like it's on like the bottom.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom left.
I know. See it.
Here, I'll show you. Here.
I'm on it right now. But then
No, it's on Lifted. She found it somehow through Lifted.com.
but look it. It says everyone does it. Like,
Does it have historic Decatur Street though?
yeah. It does. But we're gonna remove that. So, yeah, that's good. We're gonna get that removed. But we're either going to get the package and direct it to Green Lane because it's in California anyway, so it kind of works out. Probably just bill us or whatever. And then, or worst case, it just gets returned back to sender. So it just takes time, but that's the option right now. You're a dumb bitch. But I'm happy that she understood that she was like SOL though, in worst case. The other doctor I closed out. There's only he literally, including spam, had like 4 emails. Including spam. I feel like she was probably getting a decent salary, and they knew if they cut her to open up room in the budget to bring people time because she's a little more. She's not working with customers anymore. Backup.
The thing I feel like she must have been getting naughty with Dave. I think she did. I think she got mouthy with Dave because she felt attacked. Which I understand, you know.
Totally get it.
When Aldo and like Dave were like sitting here, just like you guys aren't doing shit. You don't know anything.
Did you see the pages, the channels?
What? Like how Justine, whoever that is,
I
Justine.
don't know what her. I think she's okay. Which I wonder about Minetto.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but also like, so if they do sales and marketing, that's like
What about Angela? Autumn's done.
Isn't that crazy? Autumn, like we haven't heard anything from Autumn. She got let go.
There was kind of a grandpa was still here.
Yeah.
Poor Autumn, that sucks. Wow. Wait, if Angela leaves, you know what that means?
Here we go. Maybe that's what they want.
Well, just in the room. But she's not. You know what my theory is, though?
What?
This is my theory. My theory, Sean, is she told us Sean was leaving, right? Did she say that?
She kind of did. She said John was like
Looking
for a better
I don't know if
opportunity.
maybe they spoke to him of his pay or what. But if he leaves, you know that leads me to believe.
What?
Although. Or yeah. I did ask him. I was like, he was thinking that when I mentioned Aldo that I was implying that I was uncomfortable around him or something like that. It's like, no, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's really nice.
Yeah.
It's just his title that worries me. I was like, I just know that he was customer service manager prior, and I fear that he will take my position. And then he was like, no, definitely not. That won't happen. But I saw him on my house.
Yeah.
Because Sean leaves, and then Jeffrey and I had like hard talk yesterday. Not in like a weird way, but I know he's like worried.
He's worried too. I figured he would.
Very worried.
Because he's
He
like,
deleted our messages.
yeah, he's like,
He really talked to me, and I really appreciate it.
waiting.
He said I was like, he just said I was one of the best aspects of the company. Because like, I was like, you just had a lot of insight from your past.
Yeah.
And I was like, it just really meant a lot to hear.
Yeah.
And it just sucks because if they all go, like, Dave's not going to get $2. And I will get replaced. I can just know it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did to me in the past. That's not good.
I just think that, with how everything's going, like, we just have to, I mean, I feel bad if I were to leave after making full time, because I was asking for more time. Like, I still want to work, I came in here and actually, I didn't look for my computer first, I went to the machine first. So, it was really helpful.
Yeah, no, I woke up literally in single about
I
that.
saw you at 7:47, like,
I don't know, I don't want them. I just want to work as possible, yes.
yeah.
Why?
How about that text from Carissa?
Saying how she felt on.
Yeah, and then like, oh, like, take some methadone or something like that.
Wait, whoa, I'm sorry, I didn't see all of this. I feel bad.
1 minute.
I felt bad. I did.
Yeah, Alan Alexander's probably right. You need to look at what month you're on. So it should be probably SEP, which is ZNU. ZN. What are you on? Thinkorswim? So should be long ZNU19. It's possible you went out another month, or if you're long June still, that's those positions already rolled. Hopefully they didn't close you out, and then you're flat. But if you're long and you're short, I mean, your risk isn't your net neutral, so you're all right. You just need to close out. Do the opposite on both of those. So sell the one you're long, and then buy back the one you're short. Does that look like it's right? Look at which contracts you have on. Really? You can still trade those? I thought we rolled those already.
You want to go with? Okay, let me just
It
repeat.
doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to, full time.
I don't think you're. Are you sure you have both on? Yeah. So you're probably long ZNM19. That's what Laura was asking earlier. I could have swore that we had to roll it last week, but um, does it look on that? Look on your ZNM, the June. I have it set up on my mobile, where I can scroll over and see when the expiration is. Um, but more than likely, you're long ZNM19. So just sell that one out, and then you're probably short the September, the ZNU. If you want to be flat, just buy to cover that. But you sold both. Well, one of them you were short probably. Okay, so you're flat. Just don't want to make. Sometimes you can get. Sometimes something like that will just get you messed up, where you accidentally, like you just said, if you sell both, and then you're next thing you know, you thought you bought the cover, the one you opened short, and you didn't. And you sold another one, and then you're long twice as many. You're short, even though you're bullish, and then you thought you were flat. Oh, that was way off.
That was way off.
Hey, I did that today with my coffee. It bounced off the rim, did like 2 full circles, and then landed straight up. Like if it would have hit, it would have gone everywhere. Like I don't know. I don't have very many viral moments.
No.
A lot of embarrassing moments, but confused and panicked. It's all right. It's good you make those mistakes in one lots. You actually would have been fine though. I mean, when you're short one, you're long one, you're essentially net. You don't have any risk on. That's like, let's see, how do we type those spreads in? You do like, um, Santiago used to know. It's like ZN M19. Is it minus sign? Z and U19. There you go. So there'll be a spread between those different. That's the curve, right? So the futures curve is the difference between the front month and then out. So I don't think there's 7 ticks difference or 9 tick difference between most of this. That seems like a lot.
No, that we would have been in this situation.
That might even be eights. Can't imagine that blew out to 7 ticks wide on the number. Maybe it did. Can we do different futures versus each other? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that, guys. You can graph like Russell short versus the S&P. So that should have really collapsed yesterday. Wow, Russell's at new highs. Good covers, huh? Stocks are goofy.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, you're taking a bullet. You're taking a bullet for it. And I'm telling you that if it happened to anybody else, that would be.
Well, it would have been a more interesting morning if we kept these stocks down. Still up pretty good, but gave a little bit back. It was better when we had equities coming off also. I don't know if I'll reshort some Russell here. I don't want to get short and then all that work we did this morning kind of give it back if the stocks make a new high. I don't really have any. I was just looking at these spreads. S&Ps are up 16. Russell's. I don't have anything on the long side in this equity market, so sold out of our Dow. Well, stocks love the cowbell. right, so we got Dow. Looks like the first is back to these mid-May highs. We got Pi.
So what did you say about
Got it's kind of that same spot in S&Ps right here.
he
Pi.
doesn't remember it or like at all?
I may take some of these short puts off actually.
I'm talking about you have a discussion about half a month. Yes. Saying that never happened.
Because I'm gonna take like just half of that call ratio put spread, the short leg. Just I'm gonna take half of it off here at Pi. Just trade it around a little bit. Like $1,000 on there. Gonna keep one on though for the time value.
Well, the thing is that
So kind of getting a little bit more short equities now.
because there's
But I haven't sold any futures. Should have sold tens better. We should have sold 17, 18, 19 and buy some back here for sure. I still might buy some tens back with this 5-minute cycle. Might as well. A lot more tens. If we go lower, I'll buy 30s. How about that? Came out of our calls pretty good. This might be the first place to short. Look at the 5-minute cycle on dollar yen. $15-minute, still kind of low. Covered really well though. Covered below 97. Or I only have one piece on. All right. No, two pieces. I'm gonna sell a little bit of dollar yen here, guys.
take a pull.
So we had pretty good covers this morning. Short, cover. Gonna reshort into this bounce. No, Alexander, no.
I'm not saying not to have a conversation with him because it's a little too late because
Well, you sold futures, huh? I'm okay. I don't have that. I don't know. Directionally near term. Use the high that we just made. If it goes above there, you might want to stop on that short, near term short. I didn't sell any futures, so I'm alright. I actually just got more short up here with the puts.
I thought that was
You know, it's tough to stop right at Pi.
So it's going to be hard for people to say that.
buying more tens, buying more yen. Got a little bit more short equities. I did not sell any Russell yet. That probably should be the first one. But sure.
Yeah, because you're the only difference I would. So I'm not going to guarantee you that over in there. But
You're a ways away in the Nasdaq from pie on the 4 hour. Same thing with the Russell. That shows you the relative strength. Nasdaq and the Russell are definitely the most bearish coming into this week. If the market thinks the Fed's going to get easier, oil should do better. It's not really bouncing. Euro is still sitting right at this resistance. Still core long euro yen. Well, it's going to be interesting if we can hold this bid or not in equities to close the week. I mean, I don't know. It's bad as good. I don't know if I'm long enough bonds. Ultra's up 1 3/4 points. See what the 10s/30 spread looks like. We have 27. Kind of just playing around with these different future spreads. Looks like you're supposed to definitely be buying tens and selling equities here. I just did the 10-year versus S&Ps. That's just the low in equities was third, right? So you're supposed to be selling out of tens, and this is basically just the stock chart. May 1st. Yeah. May 1st was the high, right? So you want to be selling equities down here. May 1st. May 1st in bonds. Tens are a pretty good buying opportunity right near pi. Right down here, 123.5. 4 points. Definitely a seller equities buyer tens in here.
That's good. Good to have it. I just love it. have no idea. He's done for so long now that he kind of knows where they hang out. He has like he's got like a radius down in the Everglades.
Might have been on mute too for the YouTube guys. Party Crypto, what's your first name? I've been sending out emails through Outlook, and I don't know if some of it doesn't go through because it goes to the spam folder. I'll double check you in a second. I hope I wasn't just explaining that whole fix thing and you guys couldn't hear me. It's tough because I'm running our room and I'm used to keeping an eye on the mic there. You guys on YouTube, did you hear my fix explanation? There's only a few of you over there. I can run through it again though. It seems to be a pretty good lag.
I don't know if I could handle it. I mean, we can get to work now. But if I was like taking some longer, I'll get home like practice.
Yeah, Alan. I'm streaming it, so I'm have like two conversations going on, plus one in Riber. Plus, I can't get filled on these freaking calls. I'm trying to buy VIX calls, guys. I'm looking at the July 15-16 strike back ratio spreads, and I'm trying to trying to cover some of my UVXY short by selling out of our puts that we bought a couple days ago. Is on mute. All right, I'll run through this VIX again here. I just got to see if I got to try to get filled here real quick. One second. All right. So what I was saying on UVXY, you guys should be able to see me here. So you see how we just put this buy signal down here? So UVXY is what we play on the short side. So in other words, when right now we're bullish volatility, right? We just bought VIX calls, so I'm not going to explain the call ratio back spread, but I have an options course that teaches that. But essentially, I bought the 16 by 15 call ratio spread out to July, so it gives me unlimited upside, but it's actually pretty cheap to put on because I'm selling the 15 strike calls, but I'm buying twice the amount of 16 strike. So I'm still a bullish strategy, but because I'm selling the calls back behind the strike I'm long, those are a little bit more pricey. So I bring in more money, and then I use that to pay for the cheaper, just out of the money calls. But I'm buying twice the amount of those, so it's actually a really bullish strategy. So anyway, but then when we were overbought or equities are oversold and the VIX is up, you're obviously going to get UVXY up, right? So we like to play UVXY on the short side because it has natural decay. You can read about that on the internet, why that is, the futures role, just how they have to structure this ETF. So it's a really poor vehicle to be long, but the other side is that it's a really good short. Like, this gets cut in half all the time. This is just a great vehicle to be short. So all the smart money knows that. They play these things on the short side. And then the VIX is an index that doesn't have all those futures ETF issues. So it just is what it is. You can't trade the VIX, but you can trade the calls and puts around that. So anytime I'm selling time, though, I sell the front dated options weekly. So out a week, out 2 weeks. When I want to be long and actually own the contracts, as a rule of thumb, I try to be out 21 days or more. Usually I just keep it simple and go out a month or 2 months. Occasionally I'll play the shorter dated stuff, like if I'm day trading or expect to move in 1 to 2 days. But like as a core position, you don't want to get stuck trying to speculate and own stuff always inside of 2 weeks if you're having the longer term core positions. That makes sense. So I'm trying to bring my short down, book some gains on UVXY. Came in, my delta was 500, which is like being short 500 shares. I'm trying to get that down to like half of that. And I'm having trouble selling out of these puts right now. Having to chase them. I was trying to sell $3.30. Now I'm offering $3. But I did buy the VIX too. And oh man, where were we at on that? I'm not sure where my delta was here. Now my delta is back to 1100. And let me get some of you guys set up for the room in a second. But I like buying the VIX back here. So you can see up here on the VIX, I was only long about 400 delta. Now I've almost tripled that position. I finally got filled on the UVXY. So that delta right now, if I left it, is only 86, which is pretty much flat. Which I don't know if I want to do that. Some short 30 strike puts. Short 30. Make it short 30. Oh, cover those. You guys in YouTube land, you hear me that time? Yeah, there's a stupid delay on this thing. I'm not kidding. It looks like the way it replays to me, it's like 20 minutes. That's horrible. Um, wow. I still don't have a whole lot of movement, Laurel, there on oil. Um, Hopefully, it's just the feedback back through to my screen, and it seems so slow. I think that's going to end up being pretty good covers on EVXY. Let's see if I can play catch up on a couple of these emails. Pretty good sales on dollar yen, a little bounce. Uh, Party Crypto, I got your email 20 minutes ago. Looks like you sent me two different emails. I'm just try the last one you gave me. So I'll email you here in 5 minutes. That delta on my UVXY went to 148, so pretty covered up now. Only 1/10 of what I had on up at 40. So it tells you what I think about stocks up here. Oops. Windows open. Oh. All right, you guys in YouTube, Party Crypto, I sent that to you. Check your email. It should be all. You should be able to pop in there. I sent you instructions on just where to go there too. Hopefully, it's simple. Hey, what's up, Tyler? You guys are just kind of just coming in. Had a pretty good morning early. We're gonna have a big morning if equities. They started to roll over, and then they decided that they like the fact that the Fed's gonna cut rates. So got stocks to move to a new high, but bonds have been ripping, and we've been long the yen. That's been ripping. We're long 30s this morning too. Now the market's kind of getting tired. Oh, bought yen again. Didn't we buy this pullback? Yeah. If I bought any futures. You guys can cover some dollar yen short if you short it again. It's good. So I had 3 covers on dollar yen today. So we were short, core short. Oh. I gotta share my whole screen, I think. You guys won't be able to see. It's kind of tough going back and forth. So we had core shorts here. And shorted more this morning. A couple of reasons. If you step back on like a, I think it was hourly and 4 hour. This was pretty good location for a lower high. And then the site high too. But then once we had like a topping tail, you had a pretty good setup. So I shorted more there, signaled that to you guys, and then we got the flush after jobs number. So covered the low, and we were looking to short, right? As you come back up this wall, it's really difficult to come all the way back above all that bearishness. So it takes a lot for the bulls to knock all that down. So you just fade that bounce. And then we got the secondary drop. Could have done the same thing in futures. Bought some 10s on this pullback, same concept. Right? So obviously a real money candle. So too much of something can be a bad thing, right? Just because it's a real money candle doesn't mean you buy the high of that candle, right? But this shows you where the power is. This was a real money candle by the time it was forming right here this morning, and then we signaled to buy long bonds actually. So we were buying 30s here. See, even on this move on the 15-minute, it was already a large candle. This one, this was pretty nice sized candle right here. You made a new high. All the bands are all fanning out. All that is bullish, right? All that is bullish. So you just want to go with the power. Um, then as you pull back down that wall, after you create that wall, you want to be a buyer. So I rebought 11 and a half. Even though I sold 12s, could have sold better, like 17, 18, 19, and then these buys down at 11, 12 have been even better. But we did take on all of our bond calls on the high, so that was good. I mean, these stocks just love cowbell. I guess we're gonna test 2,900. I don't have any Dow on either. Probably should have had two contracts on. I bought the Dow earlier in the week against Russell shorts and S&P puts, but it'd be nice to have another one on still. We'll see how it react to 26,000. Russell's not really doing much. Nasdaq's working. Essentially held pie You can plug through an average like that or pi line and come back through it. That's a bullish engulfing. I don't know. There's going to be some big pivots into next week. Right here at pi on the Dow, the bands on the Nasdaq. Still have a daily cycle that's coming up. You're only a 4 count into today, so you could go like another 7 or 8 days maybe to a 7 or 8 day count. I don't mean 7 more days from here. I think UVXY would be off a lot more. Your equities are up 1%, but yet UVXY is flat. What was that about? It was like Alan was saying earlier, that he's not getting any love from VIX futures. UVXY should be lower. I guess because the VIX held in there. As I may put this Dow long back on into just to balance out the long short book. I don't want to see how we close around this 26,000 level. We covered the Russell well. I haven't re-shorted that, so that's good. They're making new highs too. I don't know. Equities might like this pivot today between the Fed and I don't know if there's China headlines. It's a tough thing with getting the economy right, like treasuries and everything, and then bad news is good news. Well, I think I'm probably gonna sign off with you guys. We had a good morning. Could have been more profitable if stocks would have sat put or gone down, but did a good job with the yen and bonds. I'll try to do some crypto videos this afternoon. Well, you made it? All right, man, welcome. We're typically on like around 8 a.m. We'll go for a couple hours. 8 a.m. Eastern. But as the room grows, I mean, I'm open to doing more. Oh, I was going to tell you guys too, and for those of you that are new, on the, I think it's Android too, but Pro Trading Room. Let me see if I can find that video link. Where the hell would that be? I was going to give you the instructions for downloading that on your phone, and that's what's good about that is that's where I'm doing all the notifications now and the trade alerts. So I'm not very organized on that yet. Let me see where I put those instructions. I have to dig through my email. Give me a second. Too much email. Look at these stocks. I think I found it. It's quite the rally off the lows, huh? Yeah, we bought that call spread down there, 27.40. Should have held it. Allen was long yesterday. Some futures. Okay, you guys can try this link. I'm gonna put it in chat here. That'll be it. The email. No, that's not it. Okay, now I got it. Okay, I'm putting this in the chat. And then I'll put it in the River under the JRM Live Room. I'm going to make it a topic, so I won't lose it. So, like, Laurel, are you still on? Tell me if that link works for you in the chat. Oh, these stocks are gone. Might be a short at 2,900. Just, oh, it's so far away. 28.94, 28.91 maybe. 28.94 is the next resistance. You got a minor at 28.86 and then 28.94. This is, if we start to close above pi though, guys, and on the 4 hour here, it's going to make me more neutral, at least the equity market, and the fact that we're above the bands. The TMS, for you guys that know the model, is really at this 2,900, so it came from a lower low. If you go through 2,900, that is a V bottom to a new higher high. Pretty powerful. So we'll see. It's kind of a lot of day left, but I'll signal to you guys if I end up probably going to balance myself out with some Dow long. Have some sort of exposure to that. UVXY, we've already kind of tightened up, so that's not even helping us today, which is a bummer. Usually if stocks are ripping like this, UVXY would be down like 5%. We weren't that short. We weren't really that heavy of a short coming in anyway. But still would have been nice. You guys want to hit on anything else? And then I'm going to probably sign off with you for the week. Link's good? Oh, that's right. You're having troubles with your password. All right. Well, anyway, I know there were some other people that